Welcome back to Grammar Fundamentals for the SAT. This is Chapter 4, Lesson 24. We've learned about clauses. Now we use them to classify sentences, starting with the two simplest types, simple and compound. Let's start building full sentences. A simple sentence has exactly one main clause, one complete subject, and one complete predicate. Now here's a subtlety. The subject or the predicate can be compound, and it's still simple. Hummingbirds and orioles visit the feeder. That's a compound subject, two birds, but there's only one verb, visit, and one clause. So even with doubling, if there's just one subject-predicate set, it's a simple sentence. A compound sentence is different. It joins two or more main clauses, each one a complete sentence on its own. Theo can't hear his alarm, and his dog wakes him. The first clause, Theo can't hear his alarm, could stand alone. The second, his dog wakes him, could also stand alone. We've joined two complete sentences into one compound sentence. There are three ways to join the clauses of a compound sentence. 1. A comma plus a coordinating conjunction, one of the FANBOYS, and, but, or, so. Theo can't hear his alarm, comma, and his dog wakes him. 2. A semicolon all by itself. Theo can't hear his alarm, semicolon, his dog wakes him. 3. A semicolon plus a conjunctive adverb, like however or therefore. Theo can't hear his alarm, semicolon, however, comma, his dog wakes him. Comma and conjunction, semicolon, or semicolon and conjunctive adverb. Those are your three options. Here's the comma trap, and it's the same one we saw with compound predicates. Compare. Dogs push buttons and pick up phones. That's one subject with two verbs, a compound predicate. Still just one clause, so no comma before and. But. Labradors open doors and collies nudge people. Now there are two subjects and two verbs, two complete clauses. So it's a compound sentence, and you do need a comma before and. The test, as always, count the subject-verb sets. One clause, no comma. Two clauses, comma plus conjunction. Let's put it together. I like skiing, and Maria likes skating. First clause, I like skiing, complete on its own. Second clause, Maria likes skating, also complete. They're joined by a comma plus and. Two main clauses, joined correctly. That's a compound sentence. Let's practice. Count the main clauses and decide whether each sentence is simple or compound. Watch for compound subjects and predicates that only look like two clauses. Pause and try before I answer. Assistance dogs help in many everyday situations. One subject, one verb, one clause. So the answer is simple. Labrador retrievers open refrigerators, and border collies nudge people awake. Two subjects, two verbs, two complete clauses, joined by comma and. So the answer is compound. Assistance dogs push elevator buttons and pick up telephones. One subject, dogs, with two verbs, push and pick up. A compound predicate, but still one clause. So the answer is simple. Now find what joins the two main clauses, the coordinating conjunction or a semicolon. Pause and try each. Both sofas arrived, but neither fit through the doorway. The two clauses are joined by the coordinating conjunction but, so the answer is but. This is a great car, and it gets good gas mileage. The clauses are joined by the coordinating conjunction and, so the answer is and. Martin expected bad weather, therefore he brought an umbrella. The clauses are joined by a semicolon, with therefore as a conjunctive adverb, not a coordinating conjunction, so the answer is a semicolon. Let's bring it together. A simple sentence has one main clause, even if its subject or predicate is compound. A compound sentence has two or more main clauses. You can join those clauses three ways: a comma plus a coordinating conjunction, a semicolon alone, or a semicolon plus a conjunctive adverb. And remember the comma test. One clause needs no comma, but two clauses joined by a conjunction do. Great work! In Lesson 25, we'll add subordinate clauses to build complex and compound complex sentences.